Today across the country and in Northern California, Americans pause to look back on September 11th, the terror attacks 22 years ago.
From Ground Zero in New York City to the Pentagon just outside of D.C. and a Pennsylvania field, a solemn day of ceremonies at the places where nearly 3,000 people lost their lives.
Brandon J. Buchanan.
Greg J. Buck. Thomas Daniel Burke.
FDNY Captain William Francis Burke.
As they have every year since 9/11, bells tolled, names were read, and moments of silence were held. Americans honoring those lost in the attacks with the vow we will never forget. It is a day etched in the minds of anyone old enough to remember. Ask and most can tell you exactly where they were, what they were doing the moment of the attacks.
And today, as Alice Barr shows us, Americans unite as they did 22 years ago to reflect, remember, and pay their respects.
Today, as the nation pauses to remember.
Jeremy Joseph Ahern.
Sheldon Robert J.
Names of the lives forever stopped on September 11th, 22 years ago, filled the silence.
My father, Manuel Joao de Moda.
We love you, we miss you, we can't replace you.
From the World Trade Center in New York to the Pentagon and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, loved ones sharing deeply personal memories.
You are forever our hero and angel.
From a vast web of loss that stretches across America.
You may have been torn from us that day, but your love and memories will never be torn from our hearts.
President Biden returning to the U.S. from Vietnam, stopping at a military base in Alaska, paying tribute to the many soldiers who joined in response to the terror attacks that claimed nearly 3,000 lives and reshaped American foreign policy.
The soul of America is the fortitude we found in the fear of that terrible September day, the purpose we found in our pain, the light we found in our darkest hour.
In a painstaking process, the remains of 2 more 9/11 victims have now been identified, but more than 1,000 families still wait, speaking the names of those they lost.
Love you, Phil. Talk to you later.
To ensure they never fade away. This story of loss is ongoing. The Uniformed Firefighters Association says there have now been nearly as many New York City firefighters who've died of post-9/11 illnesses as the 343 who died in the attacks. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Northern Californians are also remembering 9/11 and the lives lost that day.
In Sacramento, people stopped by Cal Expo to pay their respects. A ceremony was held there this morning. The memorial includes a support beam from the North Tower and a granite sphere in a fountain inscribed with the names of all of the victims.
Let's honor those that served, honor those lives that were lost in the best spirit of what we as Americans did in those days after 9/11. We came together as a country. We came together based on our values of freedom, of democracy, of individual rights, of understanding what it was to be an American because our country was attacked on our soil.
When I was talking to a high school a couple months ago as a keynote speaker and was talking about Ground Zero, about patriotism in America, they looked at me because they hadn't even been born yet. They didn't know 9/11. That's why these ceremonies are so important.
And there are also memorials to the flight that crashed into the Pentagon and the one that crashed in Shanksville.
Right now in West Sacramento, the 9/11 Memorial is open for the community to stop by and pay their respects. Each flag represents the nearly 3,000 victims. The free memorial is open 24 hours and is well lit at night. It will be taken down tomorrow morning.